We are live. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Let's do some trading. Yeah. I got a little piece of this pound dollar long running. It might turn back on me here, seeing weakness, but I closed most of it. But yeah, yesterday was a very nice short setup. I think in the Discord people said they took the pound, but I think there was multiple setups and that was just the cleanest. But that was really nice, that short yesterday. That was the whole plan yesterday, right? That's why I was obsessively looking for shorts. Pete, why are you looking for shorts? That's why. The whole freaking live stream yesterday. I mean, I was trying to just scalp in either direction meanwhile, but that short was building and building, and I couldn't do anything but look to short. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as aggressive as I want to get sometimes, the chart just says, okay, this one thing, that's what you got. It's coming. It's coming. And it dropped on the news. There. This is when I popped in the Discord. Here we go. That's when the weakness showed up. And then it was just a matter of when the news actually came out, we made the move. 100 pips. But I did take it in the small account, luckily. So I didn't even check if the stream is working well and everything. But I did take it, and I'll show that. And we'll talk about what's happening with that. Why is my calendar open? All these things. Is the chat working? Welcome, welcome. People are still kind of joining. Okay. Where am I here? Too many tabs. Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Just getting started. All right. We're doing this again today. All right, we'll get going in 1 second and show you what's going on. I did take the pound dollar long. Here's the account. Yesterday was at 2060, right? I'll show that trade and what's been going on there. Okay. I got this thingy. Okay. The least important thing of all. There it is. Okay. We're really seeing weakness. I could close that thing, but it's a small trail, just leaving it running. That was probably a 1% gain on that. We'll look back on that. Let me just check everything here. I called the stream 2K account challenge, so I guess I'm doing something. Let's do it. Sounds okay. Do you hear music? It's working, right? All right. So I just have a last piece of this running. This is the multiple closures off of this. Yesterday was the short, and that's why this balance jumped up off of that. That I took on the GU. We took in the Discord. All that weakness, if it comes and hits the break even on this last piece, so be it. We'll see what's next. But it's all about percentages and compounding. 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is about 1% gain. And then if this hits break even, then I get 1% gain off of this trade, which is about $20, $21, right? Yeah, give or take. We'll see what this last thing does here. That was obviously a small risk, but to make 1%, that was a nice big move. I scaled in a couple of positions. Let's see if I hold on to it through weakness. It's probably coming down. But yeah, I mean, the idea of like, let's, do this stuff live and grow the account. I can't stream for 8 hours a day, especially into New York session when I'm like getting tired and going to sleep. I'm just looking for the news to hit New York session, right? See if the last setup around that time, or manage a setup or whatever, and then I sleep from like 11 to 6 p.m. I know it's weird, but that's what I do. Yeah, I can't trade 8 hours a day and live stream every single trade I take on this account. So the best thing I could do is I'll show the history, right? And just show the trades that I took. The point is to, we get live what we get live, right? Does that make sense? Why do it? I don't know. It's for fun. Let's see what we can do. I would like to see this if I was a struggling trader, learning, not making any money. Can I see a dude grow an account? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there may be other people doing it. But it's all about percentage. So, I'll settle on exactly what the risk is, and that'll grow or shrink as the account fluctuates. But keeping a percentage risk limitation and all that, I think that's all good. Good morning, good morning. What's happening? What's the haps? So now I'm just kind of taking my eyes off, because as London was opening, which I do not like to get into a trade at that time, so I didn't at London Open, but then I was watching just how that was developing as far as why I got into this GU long that now has the last piece on it. Now I scaled in and scaled out, so I'm not up 13 pips. I'm up a lot more than that. I don't know exactly why it says that. But the London Open volume spike, it's 4 a.m. for me for the moment, London Open. So that's there. I don't take a trade at this time of day. Walked away from the chart and came back to see this breaking out on the low volume. This is actually something I teach in my scalping course, this low volume break. This is a 1 minute chart, but we're looking very closely. And again here. So this is supply area, and it's just not showing up. Also, the result of this London Open activity is clearly higher prices. We get that chop at the first. This is just, the 1 minute chart, the first few minutes. But you get all that activity. Now, what's the result? We're trying to move up. Is there selling into it? No, there is not. So from that point, it was likely to try to test whatever next level was up there and then manage the trade from there. Luckily, it kind of ripped through the next level and then hit here, and then I'm taking profit off. So it really was that simple. typically, it's just a combination of two things. When you have a range in price as far as the structure and you break out on low volume, it's likely a real breakout. And combined with, not just that, combined with this high activity coming in, it's London Open, but it is high activity. I don't trade that, but I'm looking at the result of that activity. It could have moved down and not see strength, and I would have expected it to continue down. Could have moved down and seen buyers and say, okay, I need to let it work itself out. Or maybe selling came in here and squashed it back down, right? Okay, maybe we're actually looking to go short, right? So this was the result off of that, the imbalance of supply and demand, right? Where there's actually lack of supply shown here. It was also a fib. So you're moving into a fib area where that also tells you about sellers, right? So again, that's the third piece of information saying, okay, this thing's going to be a real breakout of here. And you had the gas behind it, right? The effort, and so it was going to lead to something. So that became clear there. So there's a little trade there. So I got the last piece on up. We'll see. What is next now? What is next? So there was weakness here. This was a level, very obviously. It's just a swing point. I already had that marked in advance for where this thing may go, where it may hit selling. It did. So that's the highest volume since the London Open showing selling. Right? Now showing selling. So, the bullishness has definitely gone away. To the extent that it was. We'd have to push through that without weakness again or something. So for now, we might be in retracement mode. The last piece of this might hit break even and just get out for whatever that was, 1% gain. But I am venturing off the euro dollar today, of course. Whatever is looking good. Welcome, welcome. You like my 2K account challenge? Everything's a challenge now, right? Trends in life. I'm going to get through the day without getting stressed out challenge. It's a fun. You should try it. I'm going to drive from my studio to my house during rush hour and not get stressed out challenge. Everything's a TikTok challenge now. I'll try to live my life and be happy challenge. I was doing that already, but now it's a challenge. Good morning, Amar. You have emerged from the shadows. The lo-fi music was a freaking scam. I knew it anyway. I figured it probably was. These damn, man, people are so dirty. You know what happened? I put the damn lo-fi music in the background yesterday, and then I get a copyright claim on my video. I knew it. So the scam is they go, here you go, use our music. It's royalty free. So you use it in a video. It could be somebody gets a million views on their video, and they put some, chill music in the background. You get hit with the claim, and they put ads on it. I didn't put ads on my last bunch of videos. They put ads on it and start taking the money. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I want to dirty ass people. My back is doing much, much better. I am functional. Any pain that I'm in, I'll just have to deal with. Oh well. After that hell. What lo-fi radio isn't a scam? Yeah, I'm realizing that. Here's the scam. You ready? I shouldn't even say this because people are gonna go do it. Yeah, go ahead. Whatever. Don't give a shit. So here's the scam. AI makes the music. So you get the AI, you get the program, whatever. It makes endless lo-fi music. It's a beat and a couple of things, right? And the beat stops, and the piano goes for a little while, then the beat comes back. So the AI is doing this. Endless lo-fi music. It streams, right? they copyright it with YouTube somehow, whatever they do, right? YouTube, this is our song. Okay, it's original music. They don't know. And then someone uses the song, and then it automatically puts the ads, and they automatically start getting paid. So this person does nothing. They got 13 streams going at once, making AI lo-fi as a trap for you to use it, and then automatically you get hit with the ads, and they don't have to do anything. They're chilling at the beach. How crazy is that? Anyway, what's up? Sir, I took sell on entry on gold. Unfortunately, stop loss was hit. Sir, what's your view on the trade? Gold. Gold, gold, gold. What are we looking at? Where's my other one? Oh. When was this? Right now? I don't know. You'd have to tell me what the heck's going on. I'm just looking at a 1 minute chart of some choppy gold action. I don't know. I don't see a short setup earlier that didn't play out. I see weakness now here, but I don't see weakness earlier. I see strength. Still hanging on to this little thing from the 350. Can we make AI for VS Sailor? Yeah. Not with TradingView or MT4. You don't need it. So now what? We've seen weakness. We're coming down. This guy might get hit break even. That's fine. We'll see what's next. Weakness confirming. Still early. London open 48 minutes ago. Oh, I didn't check news today. Yeah, that's kind of important. Now, the music I have now, it shouldn't be the copyright situation. Hold on a second. We're back. All right, so that's coming up in 2 minutes. Light impact euro. And then another one 5 minutes later. And then another one 5 minutes later. Okay, so for the next 10 minutes, we have some euro news. Oh, it's non-farm week. Oh, my God. All right. Friday's the big news. Yeah. Hey, we have an interest rate decision today for the... Oh, my God. Good thing I checked. Interest rate decision day. Okay. I'm the last to know. You all know this already? Well, now you know. So these are rare, and when they happen, it completely takes over the market. What's going on today? Interest rate decision, U.S. at 2 p.m. U.S. time. Right? In like 10 hours. Whatever that is. 9 hours. It's all about that. It's all about that. I don't like interest rate decision days. They're the most volatile, right? All about the interest rate decision. Everything going on before is whatever. It could just wait all day. And that's so late in the day. Like, I'm not able to trade at that time. Not that I would trade the rate decision, but I'm not going to be even, So That's what it's all about today. Scalping, okay, maybe we get a situation with scalping. Because, like we saw yesterday, for example, right? We saw the building up of short positions. I was obsessed with the short, all right? And then what happens, 10 a.m. New York time, not 2, at the more usual earlier time, that's when everything dropped, 100 pip drop on the pound dollar. So again, you could have a situation where there's really nothing going on into U.S. session today because it's this time and it's so big, right? Some of you know this, experience with this stuff. It's all about this. Nothing else has to happen, and it's so late in the day, right? So whatever. As far as my main trading method, right? Again, this is an occasional thing. It's the biggest thing. Interest rate decisions. As far as my main method, yeah, you might want to pass today on that, or go lower risk, or you may not really get much. So, we'll see what we can do with getting what we can get. But it's also non-farm week. First, payroll, the unemployment, all that numbers for the U.S. today, Friday. Along with that, and what else? Do we have more rate decisions? Yeah, it's rate decision weekend. Okay, I see what kind of week it is. Fireworks, as they say. Gonna be some fireworks on the chart. Okay, these kind of things set things going forward, but they could be, could be some landmines in there. Could be a little dangerous. So, first week of the month plus rate decisions. Okay, I'm harping on this for a reason. I'm talking about this for a minute for a reason. It's big. Okay, let's get past it. Off of this stuff, the interest rate decisions, Friday's news. I'm not saying there won't be trades this week, but, it is what it is. It's all about that. But once that goes, you're going to have some nice high volume stuff in your background, hopefully to work off of, and we're going to move on from there because it will be high volume. We'll get a little bit of madness on the chart. So I don't trade in such a way where I'm looking to trade the interest rate decision or trade, the pound on its interest rate decision tomorrow. That's not what I do at all. I know your broker wants you to do that for some reason. They don't leave you alone about trading news events. All right. So that's what kind of week it is. Kind of important to know. All right. So anyway. Let's see what we can do with this account. So to actually show you, because I could just be making deposits, right? You don't know if I grew. Yesterday was at 60, so it's 42, 2% growth since yesterday's stream, right? Why was I thinking 3 or 2? But today I got on the charts a little earlier and started scalping and took a loss. But then I made up for it. And here's the GU trade yesterday. Okay, so there's $65. That's 3%. Right? Yeah. This was the loss yesterday of the euro dollar, right? And that was that first little trade that I just got out of. And that was, okay, that's before we started that 18. So ignore that. So starting there, right? That's the stuff that went on. Yesterday's first trade, the second trade, the third trade, GU short, bam. And then I messed around a little bit today. And here we are. So just to show it, I didn't deposit $40 or anything. Or whatever it grew since yesterday. So I'm looking at this weakness confirming. And if it's really, really confirming, obviously that's only 6.5 pips away. That break even is going to get hit if we go a little lower. And from there, I could consider a short with that weakness really confirming like that. If you want to go up, okay, maybe you milk this a little further, right? Letting a piece run. It's a tiny piece of what I originally had. And maybe we get another top end weakness, a double top fake break. Then I'm shorting, right? So I'm looking at it like that. If I get kicked out of that, all right, fine. We'll consider shorting. If we move up, then I might close it higher, get a little more profit off of it, and then see if it's short from there. And it's generally correlating. I got to mark this up and see where we're at with things. I hope you're not hearing like ads. Is this thing all right? Shop at Kohl's. So let me just mark up all the stuff I need to mark up here. I hate this platform. I like MT4. Look at this nonsense. What am I doing here? Whatever. So we are still in, well, how did we end the day yesterday? All right. So we're still weak. We're still in markdown phase, right? Markdown, redistribution, weakness was the plan yesterday. Pound dollar. Got that. The day before that, Monday, right? Was you're a dollar short here. As far as when I'm talking about the markdown, I'm looking for the retracements and the shorts. We're still in this markdown phase. How much volume? Okay, we are seeing some strength here. Let's see the 1 hour strength that may have come in. Okay, it was a mishmash of activity down there, but there is a lot. You see that the 1 hour does help in that. Okay, there is a lot. See, on the 5 minute, you don't get that perspective background. So actually, yeah, there is a lot of strength. If I go to the 5 minute, let me see it again. See, it typically doesn't show up like this. There was also some pretty aggressive selling. Okay, it's a mix. But all this increased activity, it's weird because it doesn't look like it's going to be that high on the 1 hour chart. It just looks like a spike. And then you go to the 1 hour and you get all that. So, okay. That's why you use it for background. Sometimes you got to step back. So there was a lot of activity off the low. You got a fake break pattern on some of them. Let me just redo this. Just the general background analysis. Fake break pattern, strength. Here again. Okay. So this bearish environment is not what it was after that. Okay. We've seen some strength. If we pop down here, again, see the strength. It could be a long entry off double bottom there. If we were so lucky to see down here again. As far as pulling back, are we calling this accumulation? We're going to have to. Automatic rally. I guess we're going with that. Some are more clear than others. Automatic rally. Good morning, good morning. Mark, what's up? Yes. Okay, yeah, let me get through this and then we can get chatty. But yeah, that's very deceptive because you're on the 5 minute. You don't realize how high this volume was actually this time of day. So that's why we also use that for the background. Could have been a little more straightforward on the demand coming in on the smaller time frames, but you can't deny the fake break pattern, stop hunt, reaction, and everything going on there. You got to call that strength. And we'll follow up on that and see. But I do want to mark this because of that. And so if we have accumulation going on after hitting all the wrong buttons. Accumulation going on after our markdown. Right, very simple. That's the phase. Lower lows, lower highs. We were short. We were selling. Sold this yesterday here. And then we hit high volume demand. So we have to call this accumulation. And in accumulation, I'm looking to buy off the low, particularly fake break. Nothing wrong with this fib. First fib retracement after climactic strength is a good one. So as far as my main method, the same thing that got you selling the last couple of days, I would be looking for strength into these areas. Again, just considering what's going on, though. Interest rate decisions and first week of the month. And it could be a sloppy mess. Just saying. There's less probability this week of getting clean setups, right? We'll put it that way. Let the market figure out what it's doing here. You know, it's probably going to spaz out a little bit. But that's the normal stuff there. So I guess I traded with the background on that GU long. Huh? I still have a tiny piece running. Yeah. That is the analysis. So let's just get the important levels marked up. We'll continue to follow the story. See what goes up on up into 618. If that pulls back, we'll have to put a fib on that. Like that one has. Fib on fib with fib. But for this down move, right, I do want to see the 618. And then as it comes down, I do want to see this zone too. All right, just to be clear. All right. This is going to show us about sell activity. This is going to show us about buy activity. Buy activity. So it'd be nice to confirm what seems to be going on in the background with strength, right? If we come down here and the 5 minute is all you need, and you see, you know, high volume strength coming in, right? And if it doesn't and it continues down, you know, it's all about that, and maybe a fake break and look for the. In accumulation, you want to get in, really, the lower the better. Okay, so that's the background. You agree, Mark, yeah. After yesterday's move, the path of least resistance is higher, yes, on the dollar pairs, yeah. 100%. I hadn't even thought about it because I hadn't looked at the 1 hour chart, and the 5 minute wasn't that straightforward with that stuff. And after getting the GU short, I'm like, all right, awesome. And today I just scalped a little bit. But now I look at it, okay, yeah. Chart has spoken. But yeah, too bad we got this news to deal with. Interest rate decisions, the worst. But it's cool. It's the beginning of the month, right? The rest of November. Get on with it. Novembers are good. They're volatile. It was a kind of a quiet October. September was more active until the end there. Is that stopping volume for accumulation of that long red candle? Yeah, I'm simply labeling it, right? If you're talking about here. As far as the amount of volume, first thing to look at, okay, it's pretty high. If you compare it to other things, there are higher volume points, but that is, it stopped the progress. It's on a wide spread into new low ground. It created a bullish pattern with a fake breakout. So there are, you got to say at least it's certainly not as bearish as it was. It's now, you have to lean bullish now because of that. If it was higher and the 5 minute was cleaner, it would be better. And let's see if we continue to see strength, but it's a good start. It's a start, right? But we have to at least say, okay, it's not clearly as bearish as it was. which we knew we were just looking for, redistribution, looking to short the weakness on up moves. That no longer is the case, at least we could say, right, logically. And let's see, do we get more buying into down moves today and see that set up? But yeah, certainly not what it was as far as the bearishness. So, I'm normally, if that wasn't there, on high volume, I would just simply draw this fib. You have a retracement there to look to short. You're looking to short here. Yeah, not doing that. Let's see if the chart keeps going with this change in direction thing. Bag holding? I don't know. Whatever you're into, man. Reverse up thrust, climactic action. Cool. I mess around with those terms. It's funny. Is this bag holding or... All right, so... Call that one a candy bar. That's a gay bar, and okay. So where are we now? Weakness confirming. This just gives a picture of the past. The dollar and the yen are opposite. See, you just get it at a glance. Yeah, you could go to the dollar yen and see it. But they're not correlating. Let's see. EJ. So yeah, you have the situation with the weak US dollar but stronger yen. At the moment. This guy wants to continue down. I've been ignoring the yen pairs. That hit the high volume yesterday at the same time. But now we see the result. Very different. Well, the US dollar is going one way and the yen is going the other so far today. That's not usually the case, right? Not usually the case. I like when they correlate. I know everything here is either bullish or bearish. So, okay, we'll see what goes on down there. They're going to tend to get back in line and start correlating again. But right now, you have opposites. As this has just moved down and that's moved up. And that's usually that's basically driving everything. So it's totally different on these where, right? Because we were saying, okay, if you're looking at this, you're seeing all this strength. We come down. Do we see strength again and all that? Here's a more played out story where you have that. No, right? No strength. This is just London open volume. Strength? No. Okay. And that suggests we're going to the next level. Support there. It's not bad maybe to short scalp this. Yen pairs down. Maybe on the next pullback. But that's likely the next stop. Again, this week doesn't have to make any sense with all the interest rate decisions and the non-farm and everything. If it's a clean setup, fine. But if it's just not making any sense, just know that that's what it is this week. Yeah, US dollar is certainly weak. And that's lining up with the dollar pairs against that, showing strength. But the yen is a totally different story. Yeah. Again, it's just not usually the case. That's why I'm kind of pointing it out. These are very bearish. Now, is the yen going to stay like this? Maybe. All right. So that's our background. That's our situation. Negative? Whoa, my stop's supposed to be at break even. What? Why is that? How is that in negative? Did I not move my stop to break even? Close. Minus 2 pips. Okay. Oh, my mistake. It was supposed to be at stop at break even. Okay. So, going forward, now we have some weakness in the recent history confirming here. So they're all they're lining up for the moment as far as the dollar index might have a bounce. The yen is already bullish, so we might have generally in the near future, what we're looking at is them correlating again to the downside, where all these pairs are looking bearish. As far as any near future scalp stuff, because that weakness is certainly there. Certainly there. Man, good thing I closed that. Would have been down like $5. All right. So I'll be looking for these short trades probably here if we're starting to play out the weakness that showed up, right? I will be looking for the shorts then. Especially if we have the indicators turning red. I mean, right? Can't lose. Kidding. Not so much on the Australian US dollar as far as the weakness not really showing up much as we got higher there. But we had some selling. Looks like the pound is most straightforward as far as weakness playing out. The one that I bought, so. Well, the pound's it was going here, it's going there. I don't know if I need that big fib anymore. Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, off of that weakness, we're likely to going to get to the fib now. So, near future direction is all bearish here. Consider possible, well, maybe some selling finally popped up here as well. Bearish reaction to confirm. But, yeah, the pound's really clean. This one's sort of in the middle. And the yen pairs, yep, breaking into new low ground. We don't see any large strength. That's likely a real breakout. Weak pound all of a sudden after starting off like that. So let's see about hunting short entries for the near future here if there's a scalp. Bounce on the US dollar index. Bullishness on the yen. Oh, yeah. Daily chart. I'll see. Okay, maybe a bit of buying here. Let's see how I might want to get short. I don't want to chase the move. We could get an up move that gets sold into a quick one. A little break test action. So So I don't want to chase this initial move. Do I? That new low ground is important there. Likely to break that. That's likely to break to the downside. What's back there? Not much. But yeah, you see the really lack of any bounce off of that. That's likely to break. Pop up and weakness would be a good way to get in that. Feels a little chasey to go short, but it really does look like it just wants to go right now. I don't want to sell right into support. I'll be patient. That's where the weakness confirmed. I had a long I was getting out of. And now it's just dropping. Let's see if we can get some sort of not so chasey entry. Good morning, good morning. So yeah, we're seeing what we could do with this account. It was at 2060 yesterday. I mean, you know, taking 1, 2, 3% risk, it's going to be slow going. So I don't know. Do we raise the risk? Do we raise the balance? $2% a day is $40 a day. It's so little. I mean, 2% a day is amazing on a regular account and then compounding. But that's going to be slow going. Well, for now, we're doing that. For now. It's all about percent. I did take the actual, my main account, the GU short yesterday. That was just the textbook trade. The bullseye trade. Okay, so I'm looking to see if I can get in short some way here without chasing it. If we get any pop up and it gets sold into, that could be a start. If it wants to drop, fine. I don't want to chase it, but if it does, for example, come back there, if it even gets that high, or into the MAs and just gives a pop of weakness. This guy really wants to break support, doesn't it? I'm getting a text. 5:20 a.m. So yeah, that's all I'm looking for to get in short is some sort of pop up and sold into. I'm not chasing a leg this far into it. But we do have weakness confirmed and we don't have any issue with buyers. So hopefully we can even get that. But things just don't tend to go in a straight line forever. They kind of move in waves if you haven't noticed. And I don't want to get stopped out on a simple little up move and then continuation. And if you also think about where is this short position from, right? The selling that took place here, they're good. But if we see additional selling, right, we can sort of align with that and not be so behind, a step behind by selling down here. Right? One second. All right, I am back. You're not hearing ads, are you? You're hearing music, right? Okay. Oh, it just wants to go without me. I mean, I could scale in. I mean, geez. It's just going to drop, huh? Really don't want to chase. We go to the 5-minute chart, you get more of an idea of what I'm talking about there. Weakness confirmed, and we've just gone in a straight line. I mean, it's typically not going to do that forever. You get break tests, you get pulled back to the 14 EMA. You normally get something along the way. So I don't want to get in just as that's going on. Yeah, it seemed a little too chasey. Definitely, you could see the weakness playing out. Maybe if I wasn't long before, I would kind of maybe be looking to get in. But it was like it's supposed to hit my break even, and then it went past it. But anyway, typically things just don't move in a straight line. If I'm not worried about missing the move. I'm worried about chasing it late. If Eurodollar's coming down to support, right, it's probably going to have a wave or two along the way. Or not. And down it goes. The more it goes, the worse the short entry is. Until you can't take it anymore and you become one of those FOMO sellers. And that's when it goes up. Don't be a FOMO seller. Fear of missing out. How's the music roll, Doobie? Oh, we have music. Well, then there's only one thing left to do. Yeah. We got the GU short yesterday, Amar. Trade the dollar pairs. It wasn't just GU that set up. That's why I was obsessively hunting the short yesterday during the live stream. It's like you could take long scalps, but when you see that stuff, you know it's coming. You just want to go with that, you know? And there it goes. Weakness playing out in a straight line. Okay. Not usually the case. Oh well. We'll see what comes next. What's that? You got one of the other pairs? Probably should have gotten short. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Australian dollar not dropping along with the others, huh? How strong is that right now? Wow. Yeah, there goes the pound yen break. I knew it was going to break out. I'm here, keeping an eye on things. Okay. So that low, we had the weakness here. We played out immediately. We did not see strength here. This is a little checkpoint. 50 EMA, fib zone. Tells about buy activity, and it is not high. These guys are just not too correlated. Okay. So let's see what we get on this little retracement. If we get a pop up that gets sold into and we see weakness, that would be a good way to get in. Right? It says not only selling here, but continuing to sell rather than chasing. If we see that weakness come in. Fibs on fibs. With fibs. That's originally what I had marked here. kind of all over the place on, you know, as far as the dollar and the yen being opposites, which is not usually the case as far as their trend. And then these guys just kind of driving themselves too, being very different. So we're kind of all over the place right now as far as correlation compared to usual, right? Really all over the place. One guy's looking bullish and one guy's looking bearish, like near future, like the way they're moving. This AU situation is completely different, where the weakness was really limited, right? You see it not showing up and not moving down as these others did, and it's just normally not the case. So the correlation is all over the place. Opposite dollar yen, and these guys are also moving just at in their own way. So severe lack of correlation at the moment. So, but trying to find a matchup that makes sense. All right, generally if these guys are moving up, more or less, not having seen strength, but yes, having seen weakness, I will look for a short. Now this is a simple pullback to the 14 EMA, and it could come down off of that. I wouldn't mind seeing the pop up and weakness, but we'll see what we can get. Oh, the breakout entry would have worked nice today. Yeah. I'm going to have to go back to that. Yeah. Revisit it and see, add an extra criteria. Maybe just take the trade if it makes sense. And if it doesn't, don't. And that'll filter some out. Even though we saw some kind of crazy looking trades just play out really well. But, you know, we could start looking for that too. Okay, looks like we might be able to pop in there, right? And very simply what we want to see is an increase in volume, a rejection in price. Then it's likely going for its next leg down. The main thing is that we didn't see large demand here at this test area. And we certainly have the weakness in the background. And so for this to kind of line up with that, just looking at the dollar index, which is mainly based on the euro, right? Let's see if that does its own version of it, inverse. Again here, yeah. 14 EMA test there. Okay, so we're going to find out about sellers. Let's see. Are they still active, or are we going to get sold into here? If not, then maybe we go up and double top, right, or whatever. So I'm just seeing where, if they show up. We know the demand is quite inactive. Yeah, those first few trades were insane. Yeah, we could revisit it and say, okay, what's the background analysis, and include like an overall analysis instead of just a self-contained trade, which was the test. So it has potential to do really big moves and give really good entries. So maybe along with just regular analysis, it'll help filter out the not so good ones. Let's see if we can pop up maybe a little higher. Hit some volume and rejection. We'll be looking to short. If we can maybe even close up there, but then close back below the 14 EMA. But let's see what it does. The 1 minute, knowing where we are we seeing weakness here? See, that's why I didn't want to chase it. Let's see. It wants to pop in there. There we go. So we can see in real time, right? Is selling going to come in here? Does the price jump around and get squashed? Or does it sort of float on up, not hitting the sell orders, right? That's what we're looking at. And we'll see where the 5 minutes close and all that. But just to see it, 1 minute chart. Man, the correlation's all over the place. Now this is dropping before the others do. All over the place. Very unusual. Ah. Price rejection, right? Good start, good start. Right, we're not sitting up there. Volume, let's go. And this is not a bad spot risk reward wise. You have getting it above this level or even above this level, depending on the pip count and what it's looking like. Let's see. $10 pip stop. 15 pip stop. Yeah, I mean, as far as a scalp, if this confirms down here, I can get my stop in there. That's basically, you know, 10, 15 pips the most. Unless I want to really clear the high, then we're not really scalping here. We're talking about small stops. And it could be, if it comes to support off of that entry, and it's 20 pip move. So it doesn't even have to get there. 1 to 1 is roughly around there. If I get my stop here. Are we getting volume on this thing? Let's see the 1 minute. A little. A little. If the 5 minute closes below the 14 EMA, it's really not a bad entry. I could maybe put a position on small, and then if we do end up popping up and getting weakness, maybe give a little more room on a stop on a smaller position. If weakness confirms, I could always add to it or not. Correlation is so all over the place. So weird. Very unusual. This here could be the break test continuation coming around. I mean, is the euro now going off and doing its thing and being strong? Here's the euro index. Like, such weird correlation today. Well, if the dollar index is going to move up, everything's going to move down for the most part, particularly the euro. Well, the price rejection is there, but not the volume, right? And we didn't close below the 14 EMA. So no entry yet. If we close below the 14, I could consider that an entry. If we had high volume weakness, we don't have either of those, so let's give it a second. Maybe it does a clean break test 618 right there, right? And maybe the selling shows up there. But again, we see to the left the selling and the lack of demand and low volume. So that's why I'm going in this direction. Did I mention the correlation is weird today? This guy's looking like he wants to make a run to the high off of that pattern. And it had much less weakness, right? It didn't move down, didn't have weakness before the down move. It's always this time of day, this freaking strong Australian dollar. Always the first few hours in London, the thing is strong. It's almost always. Let's test that one live. We just buy the Australian dollar. Yeah, looking for these sellers to come in. If they're not showing up, it could end up with a double top. If they show up there, but they certainly did the first time. Yeah, so nobody's seen weakness on an up move yet. Okay. So we had the down move. It was pretty predictable. Weakness. We didn't see much buying, and we're just sort of floating up. Are we going to hit selling now? We should. Otherwise, we're kind of directionless. See if that happens. Welcome, welcome. Bulls being bullies. Don't sell the top buy. Are you saying don't buy? Yeah. I'm working off of this, the reaction, and not much going on. So if we're coming up, we'll see if they show up again. Then we have some shorts building up from here. Maybe a fake break. Unless they want to show up now. Break test continuation, 618 overshoot. But we don't see him just yet. This guy stalled. Yeah. If you're just joining, I am not in a trade at the moment. This, we just started off doing this for fun. We'll see where we go with it. But it happened to be at 2060 yesterday, right? Give or take, that was our starting point. But I don't have anything in at the moment. The last trade was the GU long, which was, and caught this right here. Then we ran into weakness. Now I'm looking to sell. We're floating on up, waiting for those sellers to hit. Kind of just flat on the volume there, though. So like I said, I'd be selling here if I saw weakness and or close below the 14 EMA. Right, neither of that happened. If we end up higher, I'm doing the same thing here. Could be a fake break. I'm looking for weakness. But the reason why I'm not buying is we just saw higher volume selling off of here. I wouldn't be buying into an area of high volume weakness. And it did kind of take a while to react, and we did try to push up, and there wasn't much activity. But that is, besides the London Open, which is here, that is the highest activity, and that is just the highest activity today so far. And it's as it being marked up, kind of buying, certainly hit a lot of selling. So I don't want to be buying into that price area. I'd like to see the selling again, maybe get the double top fake break, and then look to short, and it all lines up. The shorts from this area and really lack of too much buying besides that. We don't see them. Maybe we go up to find that. This is likely going to push up and try to break here. Meanwhile, in a completely opposite direction. Did I mention the correlation's weird today? All right, I'm going to put a small position on that. It's small. Just because that's confirming an entry on the AU long. The correlation's all over the place. As I'm talking about shorts, I'm taking a long. I know. It's weird today, but that's what it is. So I did put a small position on that AU long, and I could add to it. Let's see where this closes. I'm going to get my stop just below there at 18. Let's see what the pip count is on that. 9 pips, yeah. All right, I'll just go with the 10 pip stop. Get it nice and out of the way. Get it in there. Okay. 17.2 is the stop. I mean, this pattern is just very likely off of this, with lack of any sell activity here, and this pattern off of the 14 EMA, and some of you know that setup. I took a small position, but because it's just kind of weird right now. It's like the sellers could hit at any point. Double top Eddie, dumb money, retail selling. Your pair should see nice breakout higher once it happens. All right, so it's a really small position with a 10 pip stop. But this is likely to try to test the high. I could even move my stop to break even and try to ride it for a breakout and get something decent. If it doesn't work out, it's a small percentage loss. Was it less than 5% or something? It's an appetizer. And again, there just might be selling in large amounts just above here too. So I'm just going small and being cautious. If I see that selling come in, I can really get in there and probably close this up and go short. But as we're moving up, I just don't see him yet. Here we get a little activity going maybe now. Okay. So that didn't happen. But what I liked about this is the candle pattern. The widespread, the small, and then the close up. Morning star, evening star, I think it's called. The lack of sell activity here. We saw in the other ones, but not on Australian dollar, right? So as soon as this guy starts moving down, which it's doing, it's already seen less selling, should really be able to move, at least try to break out. See what happens. Looking out for those sellers, though, if they hit. Yeah, we're getting some volume. Okay, we might get the double top. Or fake break. Which means this guy pops up and I just close it. Okay, yeah, we're getting some volume now. Yeah, this is the highest volume on this pair in, what? Who's texting me now? Everybody's texting me. They know I'm up, but they're not usually up. I got 3 people texting me in the middle of the night. Whoa, took my eyes off the chart for 1 second. Jeez. Oh, okay, it's not that big. It was like this. Oh, Jetty, what is he short? Yeah, I don't want to get caught out on this guy hitting weakness. I'll just close it if that's the case. Tiny position, whatever. I want to see the weakness and then be able to get short. I'll gladly close this little thing and go for that if that happens. This guy's telling me for the 20th time since I've known him that he's going to... Okay, you're going to split from your wife. Until tomorrow when you're out to dinner with her and everything's fine. Dude, what? Okay. Okay. At this point, I'm like, I'm not even taking you seriously. Oh, my gosh. Mr. Bill. No, I'm not. I have to put my phone on silent. Yeah. Okay. Something to look at. Where am I on this thing? Is it hitting weakness? Ah, it hit weakness. See, the idea with this scalp is it's very likely to test the high. From there, who the heck knows? The chart tells you. And we see weakness. $1? Okay, starting to see it. So any trouble with this, I'll just close it, minus a couple of pips, whatever. And if weakness is really starting to confirm, moving down as a result, maybe it was just the beginning of it. It's just a 1-minute chart showing something. But if it starts to confirm, then yeah, that'll be nice and look for the short. For now, I'll just wait and see. 15. Yes. Dollar yen is yeah, having one of those rare days where the dollar and the yen are trending in opposite directions. I don't like trading the dollar yen though. I feel like they're sooner rather than later it's gonna flatten out and they'll both be similar again. But setups are setups, clean setups are clean setups. For potential long. Okay, let me back out. Well, generally we're looking to short today, so yeah. Yeah, against the dollar. So that would mean strong dollar expected, yeah. But yeah, it's all about seeing what happens. If we can finally really get there and test support and see some activity or not. Not something I trade though. What's up with this guy? Yeah. Is there news now? It's a bit jumpy. No. Right, we're done with the news for now. Okay. Couple hours. So it's a 1 minute chart, and we did see a bit of weakness. We go to the 5 minute. It's not very high volume. Again, if it wants to keep going, maybe there's a 618 there. That's going to give it, well, there is a 618. Maybe sellers will show up there. In larger amounts. All right, I'm just going to really tighten this stop up. There's no reason to just 10. What price am I making it? Either it breaks or I'm getting out because you see weakness. What, 23? Yeah, 23. 4.2 pip stop. All right. 0.25% of the account, roughly. It's tiny. Good. Now, if things just run up while I'm looking to short because there is weakness, at least I got something on, right? Small as it is. So we are, right, once we got into here, this is what I was pointing at maybe seeing the high volume weakness come in. You see the volume. It is higher than this whole range, but is it high? Yeah, we could maybe do better than that. But let's see from here if we confirm it as weakness. Do we go higher and see higher volume on weakness? They showed up to some extent. We see the 1 minute volume spike, right? It would be nice to get more volume here. That was the plan. It increased, but in the general picture here, it's pretty low. Well, let's see what we do from here. Do we confirm that as weakness? That's kind of okay. Or do we go higher and see more? Probably would see more if we can get higher. And then improve the setup. So let's see. All right, I guess I'm going to answer my text now that I have 6 of them in a row. Does anybody have the friend that always says he's going to break up or get a divorce and never does it? And after like the 7th time, you just got to be cold. You're just like, no, you're not, man. Good. No, talk to you later. No, I'm serious this time, man. It's not working out. All right, man. Talk to you later. I mean, how many times is it going to be a big deal? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be an ass, but how many times are you going to do this to me? Fool me once, Shame, fool me 8 times. Shame on me, right? So. I'm gonna send him this live stream. Say, dude. Oh wait, I'm telling him, log in, man. Join the stream. I'm talking about you. I'll tell him, join the stream, man. There's got nice supportive people here in the chat. Sorry. So I have a tiny position long at the moment. But I see weakness going on, so that's why I went so tiny. And if it confirms, then I could take a regular short. It's the best we can do. Maybe I'll go with it. I don't know. Close this stupid thing. Correlation all over the place today. If you haven't been trading that long, you might go, okay, well, all right, fine. No, but it's weird today. So everything's just kind of moving in its own direction. Normally you have the dollar and the yen correlating and creating a whole correlation among the pairs as everything moves against them similarly. But they're opposite, and then on top of that, the other pair, the other currency in the pair is just off doing its own thing here and there as you flip through. But again, interest rate decisions this week, non-farm, first week of the month. It's full of landmines, and anything can happen, whatever. Just get through it. I wouldn't look at this week and kind of judge, is this the condition of the market? Is this what we're dealing with? No. After we get through this week, the rest of November should be some good moves. But you got to know, interest rate decisions are the worst. Every now and then. It's not that often where it really becomes a pain. But every now and then, it just takes over the whole market. But to be doing it the first week in the month, yeah, good. Let's get it over with, right? Is this turning around? That's all the weakness we can get, huh? Should we go with that short? Close this stupid thing that's going nowhere? Let's see if we get this close on here that confirms the fake breakout. Where's my chat window? I keep losing it. Chat window, where are you? Oh. $3. Yeah, I'm not liking it. Buy. Oh, I was about to close it and then it closed. Oh, thanks. $5. 0.25% loss, roughly. I'm not upset. All right, let's see. Can we correlate? That would be nice. Okay, so we got the US dollar index taken off. Yeah. All right, so I might put something. I can start off with a smaller aggressive position on the euro dollar short. Let's see. Confirm the fake break. Weakness in the background is okay. This, we could have had more volume. It's, a nice volume spike would have been good. It's an okay setup. If this guy is also double bottom and really going to trend up, then just everything should come down. Let's see the 1 minute. Yeah, there's the volume there. The weakness is what it is, right? It's an okay setup. Well, if it's not moving down, I'm not missing anything. Okay, give it a second. She's leaving him today. So says the text. She's leaving him. No. No. You want to bet on it? Who's taking the bet? It's not nice, I know, but he's literally told me this 10 times already. 7 times, I don't know. Sorry. All right. So we're looking for trades here. That's right. Do I want to short? I think it's at least worth a small position that I could also add to on further confirmation. Perhaps. But you all see it. Like, there's the weakness. You know, there's some high volume leading to this push now. There's more selling than buying up there. You know, again, that's the highest volume of the session. It's there. Double top fake break. All right, so I'm going to put a position on Eurodollar short according to all that information. But it's small and I can add to it. Let's see. Give myself a little wiggle room. So that's in there. Short at 99.02. So I'm just going to throw in a 15 pip stop really quick. That's like 1.2% risk, right? All good on the risk. So I'm just throwing in a 15 pip stop real quick. Like I say, I just want to get it in there in case it spikes and goes nuts. It doesn't mean I'm letting the whole trade run to that necessarily, right? Okay. All right. Little position here. Let's see. But I got my stop out of the way, right? So if we get like another double top and that has high volume weakness on it, right, I could always add to it. I'm kind of going off of the quality of it, which is okay. We all kind of see it, right? The fake break is there. Sell volume could have been higher. But even if we just, let's say, go to support 85. Not bad for a scalp. But with the weakness here and some here, maybe we can get further. Generally, you know, there was some buying low. So this is a really short-term, potentially just a short-term thing. We'll see how it behaves. But yesterday's down move did end off with a bit of a bounce on high volume. So this was a little aggressive, a little early because the 14 EMA is now being tested. But that made up for spread. There we go. So it may pause here. This is a good test for buyers. If it just kind of floats through and there's no issue, we kind of blow through here, then we should get down pretty quick. It's going to stop and test. Most likely. But yeah, this week may be a little weird with the interest rate decisions later. That's today. That is today. Non-farm week. We got the preliminary today, or whatever it is. Tomorrow, rate decision pound. Is that it? As if that's not enough. Wait, why did I? Okay. Why is it jumping like that? Okay. Friday, of course, the big news. Are we done with interest rate decisions for now after that? Yeah. Oh, next week is nice and chill. All right, good. Thursday's a holiday? Oh, Friday's a holiday. What bank holiday is that? Veterans Day. Oh. All right, yeah, no, next week is nice and chill. And we're going to have all this high volume from moves coming up this week in our background. It's going to set the stage for whatever is coming next. What's today? Wednesday. Okay. How's this guy going? 14 EMA test. Low volume is good. I'll be back in a second. All right. No wonder they tell you where. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't look at that stuff. I know. All right, so I have a position on that. It was a bit aggressive because I didn't wait for the 14 EMA close below. And we didn't have the greatest weakness on there, so I took a smaller position, but I still think it's more likely to come down from this area here than not. Meanwhile, pound kind of stuck. Everybody kind of stuck. Yeah, I got my $5 back. When it comes to scalping, right? I'll say it again. I'll say it a million times. Small losses. If you want to be a scalper, you like scalping, you have the discipline for it, you have the experience for it. If you don't keep the losses small, you're not going to get anywhere, right? Right. And like I say on these stops, I put them in right away as an emergency measure. A lot of the time, I'm getting out before then. I'm moving it smaller, right? Like you saw on, I just did it on the last trade. Because we had weakness here, right? Just get out, right? Why let it, just because I'm in it now, Then get out. All right, so this guy, we got 4 pips. Yeah, baby. Big money. And it's going to take forever growing this account. I think we got to go bigger risk, guys. What do you think? Should we do 5K account, 5% risk per trade? Now we're talking. I mean, I could go much bigger risk on this, I could on this account. And I mean, that would just kind of be setting a bad example, I think. I'd have to make a disclaimer constantly not to do this. Do not risk 7%. I'm just doing it right now in front of you, but don't do it. You know what I mean? We'll call it the double or bust challenge. Either you double it or you burn it. It should only take a few weeks. 10% risk. Yes, that's also true, Mark. Yeah. Also, as scalper, you have to bank regularly. Yeah, you can't say, oh, you know what? This 50 pip target actually looks much better. I changed my mind. I want more. Yeah. It's like changing the trade once you're in it. Talking yourself into it being something different once you're in. Yeah, none of that. USD still weak? All right. Hey, you have your opinion. That's fine. We could both be right. We're talking about different time frame. Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, if I was doing some crazy risk, it's like, well, you're doing it. I'm going to do it. I think it's just a bad, encouraging bad behavior. I've already done enough for that. All right, so we got the close below the 14. Is this fib correct anymore? What is this? I'll get it out of here. So that's good. So really, the lower the volume, the better as we move through here. Any big spike in activity is not going to be helpful. We get a bounce, and now we're kind of stuck. Again, it wasn't much weakness, but we had the fake break pattern. We had some weakness. The 1 minute had a spike here. There's not much here. But if we're moving down and we're not seeing demand come in, the lower the volume, the better. We're likely to at least get a good scalp out of it. So I'm working with what I got here. If I don't like the behavior here, I could close it. Why do I say that? Again, because really I want more weakness. If there's any issue here and there's demand coming in, right, I'm just listening. I could just close it. At least we had this on the 1 minute, along with a fake break pattern. Right, your selling is there. This had a bearish reaction. This stuff got sold into initially is where it started. Could have used a little better rejection there, but we got it. Now we have a bit of buying. So it's like it's leaning bearish, but if there's any issue, then I'll close it. If it was a better situation, I wouldn't be saying this. Just to be clear, like if it was a better setup, I'd be saying, let it play out. Trust the good setup, you know. This is a little working with what we got today so far. Pound dollar end up stuck in a range. Range. 10 pip range here. Oh, the yens. Yeah, we seem to be getting stuck in ranges at this time. The market just does what it does, and it has its moods. Monday didn't do it. Monday was just trendy all through this time of day. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of just getting warmed up and used to it. Maybe we'll use a larger account. Maybe I'll raise risk a little bit. We're going to be here forever trying to, get this to really grow. But then again, maybe it's just about showing the setups, the trade management, and really it's about percentage. And if it makes, 50% in a month, 30% in a month, that'd be great on a real account for a real, trader. So, I mean, it's really about percentage, and that's why I'm kind of, unless I'm going wild and doing something. So we'll see. Whatever. I think the point is just to do it. We'll see if we want to change anything as we go. Yeah, we're getting quiet here. Correlation is all over the place today. I know. I keep saying it. It's very rare that it's this wild, this different. At least the dollar and the yen are not going in completely opposite directions for extended periods of time. That was rare. I would say, again, just as a warning of this week. I know I'm repeating myself. If you get to Friday this week and you haven't lost money, that's a good thing. Interest rate decisions, all this, who knows what the heck's coming at you, for real. Giving you the warning. All right. Got a whole $8. I'm going to get a Starbucks. Courtesy of the euro dollar. Yeah. I figure it's $8 now, right? Let's just round it off. $10. Cup of coffee, $10. Yeah. Yeah, inflation is insane. They're lying about the numbers. It's much worse. This was a nice close at the low. We're looking at the 1-minute chart. Again, the main thing I don't want to see is high volume rejection of low prices. We're already touchy in this situation right here. But we haven't seen that yet. From what I've seen and from people telling me, getting fast food, McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever, is by no means cheaper than a restaurant now. Sit down, order a burger. Maybe a couple of dollars difference, but no. You can pay a lot for total shit food too if you want, or it's crazy. You're going to McDonald's. I almost never eat that, but I do it on occasion. You got to spend $20, right? You get a burger, fries, and a drink. That's $20. Same thing in the diner. The diner might charge you $4 for your drink, though. That's the difference. Soda, $4.50. It's crazy. As some people have said, I don't know how some people are getting by right now. Is it credit? What the hell? How are people surviving? It's like I just look at what I spend every day living. It's insane. I'm right near New York City, but still, relative. It's crazy. Come on, let's get through this level. We don't have much volume. We want to keep going. Let's go. Chat, let me get caught up. What's happening? You guys are talking. Bill and Mark. Hey, Pete, I got a joke for you. Delete if it's inappropriate. Inappropriate is appropriate around here. But where is Peter Pan's favorite place to eat out? Wendy's. Oh, it's a dad joke. That's okay. If it's inappropriate, I thought it was going to be... Okay. Silly. Oh, I get it. It is inappropriate. Yeah. That's Peter Pan's girlfriend. Mrs. Pan. Pound, where are you going? Man, this is so weird. I've been looking at charts a long time, right? I'm just saying. These things are going wherever the hell they want to go with no correlation at that time. So extreme non-correlation. Something's different today. Yeah, interest rate decision later. It was probably cover your ass. Yeah, I'm effing around with this mediocre setup. All right, good rejection. All right, yeah, it's like, yeah, either you're doing it or you're not, right? It's time to move my stop. Enough of this. All right, we got volume 2. Again, that initial stop, that's not where I just let things run back to. Let's just get it in there and then I manage. Enough of this. Good, we got some activity. All right, good, let's go. 99.03, what does that give me? Oh, that's almost break even. .9 pip stop. All right, let's go. 2.9 pip stop. Why? Why do I do that now? Because we just had volume increase. And whatever the result of that is right now, it's the 1 minute chart, but still in the next couple of minutes, whatever the result is, it's not a lot of volume, but it's something, is going to be where it's going to go. If we go up as a result, it could go back to the halfway back up or all the way, right? If we come down as a result, good, we're good. So this is how I'm managing it. Tiny risk now. What's the risk? I don't even know what the dollar amount was. What? Anyway. Right? Either it goes or I'm cutting this for a small loss. Right? We're talking about scalping. After seeing that. So if you kind of see what I'm doing, I'm never in denial of what's going on the chart for the sake of, well, I'm in the trade, so I want it to work. You know what I'm saying? I took a limited position because it wasn't that good of a setup, size-wise. And at this point, it's either got to go or I don't feel like being in it anymore. Especially after seeing some activity, and then if it popped up as a result, you know, in the near future, we're losing probability. It might go up in the near future, and we're scalping. So just get out. And we broke 2100. All right, we're back above 21. Right, that's my logic here. So the stop is at... So maybe you learn trade management as far as scalping, or at least the way I do it. Stop loss 05. That's all the way up here. It doesn't even need to be that big. And what's the risk on that? Should tell me if I hit this right. $4.35. It's like 0.2% or something like that. It's really about percentage, right? It's a small account. It's really about percentage. For now, that's what we're doing. Gosh, such weird moves today. Everybody's in their own world. Jeez. First it was the Australian dollar, right? Ignoring the US dollar influence as if it wasn't even happening. While this thing's moving around, right back here, this guy was just ranging. Didn't care. Started the session with the yen and the US dollar going in opposite directions, trending opposite. That's rare. Definitely a weird day. Again, you look at charts long enough, you kind of, you come to just expect things as you click around. And it's like, wow, so rare. The pound is really doing that. Well, nobody else. See the pound yen. And that's fine. That can happen normally throughout the day, but it's just constant today. We're not getting on the same page. It's this, and then it's that, and then it's that, right? Weird week. It's going to be a weird week. Let's get past all the news this week. It'll be a nice background going into next week. A regular week. And we're stuck down here for 10, 15 minutes. You can see on the dollar index, just basically the inverse and how that's got the double bottom. And if we get to this point, it's not a bad scalp. That should move things. See, there's no issue with large demand here. We're just kind of sitting here doing nothing. At least on that pair. Oh, gosh. Let's go already. I'm supposed to be scalping. I'm getting into trades. I could get out of break even. It's like do it or don't. Stop wasting my time. If you don't want to mark down, then fine. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? It's not up to me. Stop loss at break even. Wasting my fucking time. Stop loss at break even. I took the initiative on you, Eurodollar. You move now or I'm out. I'm in charge. So I took off my risk. I have my stop at break even up 3.6 pips. Again, my thought is just as we sit here, right, we're losing probability. It's going to go with the wind after a while and float around, right? Because we were starting off looking for this to mark down. And we're spending 5, 10, 15, 20, going on 25 minutes of flat. So it tells me they're not in this markdown. There's no urgency to mark it down right now. Maybe they're going to pop it up and get more weakness, 618 overshoot, right? If there was an urgency to mark it down, you get a good scalp. But yeah, it's right. We're not seeing that. So that's the logic there. Either it goes or I'll get out break even. Perfectly good trade, just not moving. As far as a scalp, why let it run back on me, right? So that's my logic on that. The chart says it should go down. It's not a 90% probability based on this setup, as I explained. It's okay. So, considering that too. Do it, don't do it. No risk. Weird day also. Weird day. All right, well, to continue the really wonderfully exciting analysis right here, at least it was a bit of activity increase and a bearish result. So if they don't mark it down now, I'm gladly out at break even, right? Very simple. Go for it. Or I'll sit in it for 2 more hours and complain or whatever. There, go for it. Go for it. Oh, come on.
It's Jake. Check out my song Golden Hour on YouTube Music's The Hit List playlist.
Also, what's really good is from this low to high, not seeing strength here. So really it just needs to go. Well, now watch, it's going to show strength. All right. Meanwhile, with no risk on that trade, I don't have to really think about it too much at this point. See what else is brewing since we really have a lack of correlation. It could be something completely different. Go over and buy something else while I'm short on this with stop at break even. Yeah, it's that kind of day. Who knows? Yeah, of course it'll change U.S. session. Well, yeah, I mean, again, the main thing is 2 in the afternoon, New York time. I wish they would just do these things in the morning. This is what it's all about today. So that's unfortunate. As far as timing, it's 7 hours away. And yeah, today is kind of all about that. Yep, that was the whole plan coming into today. Oh wait, no, because then we saw also some strength off the low. I gotta see. It's freaking interest rate decision day. It doesn't have to make sense. It might not. It probably won't. If you get your analysis completely wrong today, don't even worry about it. I'm just saying generally to everybody, because one of the most abnormal days you can get. Interest rate decision plus it's the first week of the month, and you get the non-farm. So whatever happens between now and then, yeah, don't worry about trying to nail it and get it right. It's not the kind of day where things have to make sense. Am I out? No, I'm still in. Do it, don't do it. Get stuck, whatever. What else am I looking at here? These guys are just ranging. What else might I want to do? So yeah, let's stop at break even on that. I don't have to focus on it too much. So I'll see what other opportunities we have. What's going on with that level? Okay. Just things to look at and consider. Get some information here. We can test fib area about what may come next. This had less selling. So if things are looking bullish, maybe a down move that gets bought into, right? If that ends up being the case. 15 pips from here to the high as far as a scalp. Do it, don't do it. Come on, Starbucks money. Get myself a venti. No, I'm going to get stopped out. Oh, that was funny. I'm out of break. Look at the slippage. Come on. Look at the slippage. I want my 15 cents, man. Yeah, so that's a good reason why this isn't my main account. That could be $15, you know. It's kind of ridiculous in spot forex on a small trade that I'm going to get slippage. That is ridiculous. You got to do better than that, forex.com. But yeah, for me, it was not worth on a mediocre setup to have this actually turn into a loss. But now maybe we're getting some action. We'll work off of it. Things got sleepy. Yeah, this might not be the week to do it with all the news, the interest rate decisions. I hadn't even checked. This might not be the week to do it. And right back down. So what happened in there? Kind of flopped around all this business. Jeez. And it still went nowhere. I mean, I could get back in if it comes down as a result. It's only a few pips difference. Actually, my entry was here. Nah, look at all that volume. Definitely want to wait and see a result. All right, at least things are maybe picking up. Dollar index. All right, we're getting the activity. Let's see what it actually does on that activity. Man, that was really slow in there. Again, like we saw, the weakness was there, but it was really not on high volume, not that convincing. That could all come together on one more pop-up and actually get the weakness on high volume. This was barely good enough to do anything, but we went for it. AJ. I'm not even worried about background right now. Things are weird. Short-term projections. But there's a 6-minute overshoot. Pretty uneventful there early on. And then now the fake break could confirm the strength there. 5-minute confirmation. yen index, right, and see that come down. And these guys move up off strength. Very possible. I could start to scale in very aggressively right now on a long. That's finally something. A fake break. But let's give it a second. 1 minute chart. It's saying it's likely to bounce. Let's see if the 5-minute confirmation comes in. I kind of want to turn off the Okay, so far it wants to confirm the strength. Let's see. Generally on the yen pairs. Fake breakouts. Finally got some action. So if this confirms fake breakout strength by closing up here, it's likely to test the 14 EMA off of that. At the moment, it's disappeared. Where did it just go? What the heck? My 14 EMA just disappeared. Oh my gosh. It's gone. Oh, I'll just refresh. But I'm going to lose my drawings. That's okay. Hi, Bitcoin. Where are you at? 20? How exciting. Five-minute confirmation of strength. Yes. Oh, minute left or so on this candle. Euro dollar still stuck. Jeez. All right, so the yen pair has seen some action. Is it really looking to bounce off strength? That may take a long. Get that fib back in there. Pretty textbook situation there. What time is it? Yeah, there's confirmation of strength. I mean, it's a bit aggressive, very aggressive right now, but let me see. Euro dollar still stuck in that range. Gosh. All right, no rush on it as we're moving down, but potential long. Let's see. Potential long. All right, so I'm looking for this to show strength again if it wants to retest that low one more time. If I'm going to be looking for a long entry and it goes that low, I'd want to see that. So if we see buying again here, maybe even more volume, but if we see that buying, that just helps the situation. If we do not have an increase in volume here, it could break to the downside. Just a bit lower would be helpful to see. Ugh, that euro dollar's ass. Pound dollar going to sleep. All right, yeah, the yen pairs are moving. It's all about that right now. Can this thing do that? Push the yen pairs up. Little activity increase here with a bullish reaction. Yeah, I might be going for it. What's the spread on AJ on this thing? It's like 2 pips. Looking like it wants to bounce. But again, here I could go in like, let's see. Let's see what it does right there if it breaks through. Stop loss is a 2 pip spread. Allow for another fake break would be 27, 13 pips, 15 pip with spread. Come on down. This thing needs to come down. That'll help everything. Yeah, this is saying the yen is strong, but we see that weakness on the yen index hopefully comes together here. Ah, a bit of selling there. Oh, well, there it goes. All right, I'll put something on the AJ long there. That's a good reaction to that not getting squashed. So I put that in. Get the stop loss in real quick. If this thing doesn't move soon, maybe we'll just manage it. I'll pop in the Discord. Allow for the fake break at very worst 28. Yeah. That's only 13 pips. Okay, not bad at all. 28. 27. Okay, we got it out. All right. Well, that's a 14 pip stop just to get it in there on the AJ. So the reason for that, like I said, and this really, can this just come down? Yes, okay. Is finally we got some activity after really being so slow here. And that's showing a fake break, 618 overshoot, sign of strength, confirmation. It's likely to get to the 14 EMA, and then from there, if I see any trouble, fine. If not, good. Because normally I'd wait for that, but I'm being a little aggressive. But it's likely to test that as the next level. Oh, didn't quite get down there. The close. See if we can get that. And then all the yens will move up. All right, so got that at the moment. Yeah, that's all based on this guy coming down with the weakness showing up. It should be able to. It doesn't have to be a huge move for a scalp. If not, and it's a loss, and that's fine, because you got to take losses. Before the big pound move up, I took, what was it? I don't know, a loss before that, and then I made up for it on the next one, and then some, I think. Got to be okay with the small losses if you're scalping. So be it. 60, 70, 80% win rate, you're fine. Maybe you get 50-50 win rate, you still made money that day because you're not letting your losses run back. So it's all good if this guy can break here. It's likely going to go a little further after that, and that gives us the scalp. Meanwhile, dollar pairs, yeah, I'm glad I'm out of this one at break even. It's just doing nothing. Yeah, the dollar pairs are kind of stuck. There was that bit of selling on the 1 minute, and then we popped above it. Couldn't hold it, though. But that's good there wasn't selling into these prices in high volume. Should be able to get through that. What are we looking at on an up move? Mark up some levels. So that's like 10 pip on a scalp into here. 20 pip, whatever, up top of the range. But these would be the checkpoints. If it hits the 14 EMA, it tells about sellers here. So we don't want high volume rejection there. Otherwise, he may come back down. But we should be able to get there at least and find out. Like I said, my normal method that I trade on my main account, like yesterday, you short these. I'm looking at, and we could even look at that if somebody wants to see. But the high volume and then the test, I like the 14 EMA test to show low sell volume, low supply. So that's why this would be considered aggressive. But that's what we're doing. For better or for worse, we're aggressively scalping. If nothing else, it's a good learning experience. I'm not going to get rich off of this. But we'll see what we want to do with the account. Right now, I am doing proper risk percentage, so it's not a lot of money. But I think it's something to see. It's all about the percentage. Oh, that's right. I wanted to turn off. Come on down. Yen index. So after this, I'll be in the Discord. If you're not in there, the link is there in the description. And generally, again, like we always talk about, the U.S. session likely is when we're going to get moves that are along with the background, like looking to sell the last couple of days up until today. Today, it could be really hit or miss with the interest rate decision, 2 in the afternoon New York time. In fact, I wouldn't expect anything really clean and great with the background at that time of day today. We just got to get through it. So just pointing that out. Every now and then you got to deal with that. Again, if you just think yesterday, right, we're hunting shorts. It was literally on the news release, 10 a.m. New York time, that it tanked. Pound dollar tanked 100 pips. It was literally the news, right? So those setups can be working around that. So to have this crazy interest rate decision late in the day obviously throws that off. So yeah, don't expect too much today. We'll get through it. But that's today. That's the kind of day it is. Any information here? No. Bit of selling, higher result, no selling. Bit of selling, it's really not much. All that buying to the left, 618 overshoot, fake break pattern. Nothing's gone terribly wrong yet. But like I say, if I'm scalping or generally managing trades, I'm just very realistic about what's going on. This looks the same as when I got in, pretty much. It can get better. It can get worse. Nothing to do at the moment. But yeah, if it sits around, maybe I'll end the stream and then just pop in the Discord. When's the next news? It's literally the preliminary. Wasn't it called the preliminary non-farm today? Whatever. It's under an hour. And then this. Let's get this over with today. All right. We're going to sit here. So I'll pop in the Discord if you happen to be in this trade. I'm not calling trades. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. If you happen to be in it, though, I'll pop in the Discord and tell you if I do anything with it. And I don't know. I think this is cool. I don't know any suggestions. At least we're doing something live on an account. We're focusing on percentage. And let me know if that's good or what we could do. Euro dollar. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that would have been an okay target, first target on the scalp. But I'm not looking back going, oh, I should have stayed in it. Because this easily could have double top, fake break. Who knows what. It went to sleep, and then we had this madness, and it stayed. Then, I'm not worried about, well, I should have stayed in it. Nah. All I can do is, it was leaning bearish. We'll see if it goes. Is make decisions at the time with the information you have at the moment. Hindsight, not much value in that. All right, I'll give this a last chance here to pop up and maybe manage it. Otherwise, end the stream, and I'll let you know in the Discord what I do with it. I'll give it a chance here. Maybe it wants to go. It's all about this guy. Yeah, come on down. There we go. This makes all the yens go up. Pound yen, euro yen. Chicken yen, any yen, anything versus the yen. I'm hungry now. So what would this look like if I was being more conservative? Okay, yeah, very important. If I wasn't aggressive and long already and I'm looking for my regular entry, this is very telling. If it gets squashed on high volume, we just as likely to go back down, maybe double bottom. It doesn't mean we're going to trend down, but squash on high volume here means it's not ready to go. Do I want to sit through this and make sure buyers show up, or else I take a loss? Probably not. So, but on my normal entry, I would look for a no supply, right? This is really basic stuff for everyone learning. Anyone learning my stuff. The 618 overshoot pattern, right? We see that constantly. The fake breakout down here, the strength. Okay, so after the strength, low volume test. I like to see that at the 14 EMA. Places where sellers would be active if they were looking to sell. That's one of them. The other is the fib, right? So you get information as it moves. So if this, let's say, pauses here, hangs out, the volume's low, and then pushes up through as a result, that's a more regular conservative entry, right? So you have high volume demand, low volume supply, the imbalance, and you're likely to move up right off of that. So you see the logic in if this gets squashed on high volume, right? We're seeing sell activity, buy activity close together, and the outcome is not as high probability in that case. Pretty logical. So that explains how I normally enter trades. I don't know the point of being overly aggressive on a small account on YouTube, but I don't know. That's what I'm doing right now. Get freaking bored over here. If there's a real setup that I'd want to take in my account, which could happen here, then it's good that I'm looking at, again, that could be the entry that I actually do want to take on my real account. Really nothing wrong with that. Strength, low supply. Yeah, at least 20 pips. It gives you till here is your 1-to-1 back to the high of the day. It's all good. Risk reward. Stop here. So I might actually do that. So again, looking for the low volume test here, the no supply. Not bad. At least it's on the low side, right? At least it didn't pop up. Not bad information. Not bad. If we look at the 1 minute, knowing that that's that level. Yeah, there it is. A bit of selling. Nothing popping up on volume. Okay. And then this guy, it wants to. There we go. Come on. I'll pull it down with my mouse. Here I go. Oh, there we go. Pull it. No. I'm trying to grab it. Grab. It's not working, guys. No. Yeah, no. Terrible. Pull it down. Pull it down. Gap up. Come down. Oh, the 2 pip spread killing me. I'm only up half a pip. But yeah, we get another, 7 to 10 pips through here. And there's a scalp target, depending on how it behaves. All right. Now we're getting rejected, so we might sit around. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the Discord. I'll let you know what I do end up doing managing this trade, just for at least learning purposes. And you're very welcome. I'm trying to do this live. I'm trying to make it interesting. You get into a trade, it sits there for an hour. It's supposed to be scalping. What are you going to do? But at least with the account, right? The balance was 2060 yesterday. We're at 2090. If I take any trades, you'll be able to see. I'm not going to deposit anything in the account. It's, you can see the history. There's the pound yesterday and this stuff today. So I don't know. That's what we're doing for now. All right, guys. So I'll see you in the Discord. Maybe stream tomorrow again. Any suggestions, what you want to see, let me know. But I think this is good. Or any feedback, let me know. I'll do something useful. Makes things more exciting while I trade, something to do. This I might take on my actual main account. I do want to see low supply here. Maybe it'll do it here, right? Then it's pretty much a textbook trade. It's not this aggressive scalping stuff, and I can look to take that. All right, so I'll see you guys in the Discord. Good stuff today. Time went by. Time passed. All right, cool. Good. See you guys soon. Very welcome. Thanks for attending.